So am I. I don't know what I want to play though. You know what was a really fun commander was Sfella. This was like really fun. It was this fella and what was the other one? There was a blue greens fella that was like pretty similar. I think I want to play Sfella. He can't stop me. But we'll see. Maybe it's a disaster. The times are different. I'll say that. Well, Sfella. Svella's uncommon. Hmm. What does this do? I kind of want to try that. It's cast, right? Cast a spell. Okay. I guess Emrakul works. Probably not Craterhoof. How much mana is the activation? 3? I'm gonna try to not play Gilded Goose. I don't know if I like Molt Tender. This doesn't help with my ability, actually. Yeah, it doesn't help with Svella's actual 8 activation. I feel like I don't think I like Molt Tender. I don't think I do. I kind of like Faithless Looting to get rid of stuff. Could try Blood Moon. Chandra is interesting. Maybe. Sort of. Oh, yeah, sneak attack. Goldspan Dragon's fine. Actually, maybe not. Clothis will not reliably be a creature. Don't think I like it as an enchantment. Though, to be fair, I don't think it's the worst thing. Escape the Wilds is... if it just hits like 3 10-drops, it's not great. Roxanne is maybe fine? I mean, it comes with a Minerock. Not the most excited about it, though. I always thought Temple of Abandon was a strange name for a red-green temple. probably not nick those. Did I not put... Oh, okay, I did. Archdruid's Charm is definitely... How many dinosaurs are in here? Oh, wait, that's not how you look. 2? Okay, that's not... So you could probably Thunder Herd, but I don't think so. I like Heaped Harvest a lot. Roamer's Routine is almost a second Heaped Harvest. Maybe it is actually just a Heaped Harvest. It is essentially castable the next turn. I don't think I want the 4-mana ones. I'm not sure. The format doesn't feel like it's very friendly to these. I am biased towards this one, though. We could definitely try Winter Moon. A deck like this could just randomly shut down something from an opponent. Yes, Tooth and Nail. Do we have... No, we don't have Summoning Trap, right? That'd be kind of nice. What else is red-green? What else is red-green? Bard class doesn't really do much. What's the new thing everyone likes? This thing. Revels doesn't feel very reliable. I also don't really like this. I suppose, to be honest, I don't actually hate it, though. I don't know, I think there's better cards. Oh, Tana with the sub? Look at you go. Thank you. You now have access to the best emote on Twitch, as that's the only thing I've ever done. Minsk and Boo is fine. Possibly Xenagos. It would turn all of this into more of an immediate threat. Okay. Rhythm of the Wild as well. Sort of. Yeah, I think Rhythm is fine, right? The uncounterable stuff doesn't just make... Other than Cavernous Souls, the uncounterable mountain of things aren't that, like, effective or reliable. Yeah, Roxanne at home. Alright, we can try Rhythm. I'm not a fan of it though, but the haste side can be problematic. Again, Escape the Wilds is going to hit a lot of expensive things, and I'm not going to be able to play them. Maybe it's still worth considering. I don't know. I don't feel it is, but search. World Wagon, maybe? Hard to crew it early, which is where you'd want it to get crewed. Hmm. Sylvan Scrying can actually find Cavernous Souls. I don't normally see Sylvan Scrying played. Sowing Micah spawn is not out of the question. Tusker's cool. Uncounterable rampant growth, instant speed, leave him guessing. I don't care too much about Beanstalk. Suppose we always want Mythweaver Pock, because that card is stupid. What was he? Oh, I just had a card on my mind. Dang it. I think it was a Planeswalker. I don't know. Shoot. Aether Spark and Nissa. Okay. I don't know if there's enough ramp in here to get away with this, but man, if there is, it looks really funny. This is a lot more all-in than the last time I played Svella. Svella led to some very fun games because I was against, like, other really, really, like, low-power commanders. So, games went on for a while, and there was a pretty healthy amount of back and forth. Ever since the point system change, I don't know if that's still true, but it is almost a one-to-one in all aspects direct downgrade from Roxanne, right? Other than, I guess, its mana cost. But it makes it makes the artifact mana token, but it costs a bunch of mana to do it. It doesn't happen immediately, like Roxanne. And I think Roxanne... Yeah, Roxanne also, like, doubles the mana these meteorites create, and this doesn't actually do that with its Menoliths. So, definitely. It's just a direct downgrade. The 8 mana ability is cool, but it has a chance to whiff, and it costs, well, 8 mana, so kind of rough, but I want to try it. There's been a lot of new stuff since the last time I played it, right? This card is pretty interesting. I don't know if I like Rhythm. Uncounterable stuff. The only reliable uncounterable card, in my opinion, is, like, Cavernous Souls and Delighted Halfling, really, the two. I don't really... The enchantments and stuff are not really that great. Unless you want the 1 mana elf that makes your spells uncounterable, which, again, I'm not really trying to dodge counter spells that heavy. Winter Moon, I'm going to assume, works pretty well. Same with Blood Moon. Just saying, like, having an opportunity to just win out of nowhere is pretty great. We have infinite sneak attack targets, tooth and nail targets, defense of the heart targets. And yeah, so... Alright, yep, that's all we got. Alright. Alright, not really a good sign to start. But I suppose it's not the fastest deck we could see. Not a good start, though. Not a good start. I mean, hands like this are pretty beautiful looking, but none of it's gonna matter if they go crazy. Opponent's probably never even seen my commander before. Well, that's interesting. Don't see that one normally. Well, we don't have access to that one. One, two. I don't really have a good... I don't really like playing Titan of Industry. Wait, can I? No, I can't anyways. Alright, never mind. Yeah, we're gonna play Svella. I could play Archdruid's Charm. It doesn't really do anything, though. Okay, what? Counter target spell, its controller manifests dread. I've never seen this card in my life. Okay. I suppose they dealt with something I would have never have dealt with. I didn't think Svella was a threat to my opponent. I would argue that's maybe some kind of win. We also got a good hit, which is pretty likely of a ton of solid hits, so... I don't believe there's an attack now. I'll just block with this random thing. I think I'm looking for a land? I could get a Tali, but it's not really gonna do that much. I think I'm just getting a land. This does guarantee Primeval Titan, which I have to flip before I swing, so no surprise, but I highly doubt my opponent would block it anyways. Or rather, I would be a bit surprised to see them block it. I'm not really sure where all of this is getting me anyways. I don't know. We'll see. They can trade. It's a very good sign if they do, but I don't think they will. That would be kind of crazy. Oh wow. All right. So I'm a bit confused, but I will absolutely take that. That, I guess we're not in as dire straits as I thought. My opponent must not have a lot. Also, I'm going to close my window. I don't know what's going on outside. Bunch of nonsense. Okay. Wow, yeah, that block was very unexpected. Very unexpected. I feel like I'm always just taking the 6. Like, I don't need more mana at this juncture, so maybe letting me continuously get more mana is not really a big deal for the Kulane player. Very, very surprising. But suppose we take those. So I will play this. And I think I'm going to make a 5/5? I could blow this up, actually. Okay, yeah, why not? Skrelv could be a problem in the future. There's no reason to not do it, but it also doesn't really matter. Yeah. I wouldn't do it if it costs life here, though. They also named a color that's completely irrelevant. They named white. I can't, can't do anything about that. I ain't got no white cards. Think I can do this and not crack? Colossus is a card, and it's annoying to deal with. So let's keep that around. Oh, shoot. I miscounted, chat. I'm sorry. Oh, I needed to crack my fetch land first. Why am I like this? Why am I like this? Keep the stomping around in here. Not swinging. I don't think I'm ever swinging with this either. As a 3/2. Alright, they found the good one. Well, I mean, you know. They're both almost identical. Okay, I probably just won the game, but we'll see. We have a lot of draws like this in the deck. The fact that I'm going after the mana is lights out, though, so... I don't think, yeah, I don't think they can do anything. Alright, so yeah, that desperate block to the Primeval Titan was incredibly unexpected. I don't know if it was even right in any scenario. Even if they had no cards in hand, I think... Like, the Primeval Titan got rid of Keenan and Kulane when those things could have generated mana and card advantage. I mean, they drew a creature. They had a creature, so Kulane would have triggered. I just don't know. Like, you put the stuff in play and then you get rid of the stuff is strange. Alright, take it. We beat Kulane. Look at that. Emrakul's not a great sneak attack card, but it almost kills him in one hit. So the rest of this hand feels really bad, though. I was about to say I must have stun locked him. Like a green deck that just passed after Forest? Impossible. I've stun locked my opponent. Was this Orcish Bowmasters? What is going on over there? Oh, probably Dark Ritual. Okay. Yeah, it looks like Dark Ritual. That would be my guess. Well, doesn't seem necessary. O'Hare blocks, but it's a black-green deck, so that doesn't look like a thing. Okay. I'm gonna swing, so let's get rid of you, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. How about Gyred Mirror of the Wilds? I don't recognize the name, so I don't believe so. Okay, they let me swing. It doesn't really change anything, but it has been happened. Yep. It is not the end of the universe if this dies, but it is pretty likely to die. I didn't do anything, which is weird. Alright, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. I never found a comfortable window for Roxanne at home this game. I feel like this is the best case scenario. They also didn't crew it, so they're not doing the Gitrog thing. I think pushing damage is perfectly reasonable, though, in my humble onions. So we go to 2, and then we Cityscape. And I think I'm still attacking with this Goblin. It's probably safer to... Wait, is this untapped? Yeah. I love Cinderglade. Oh, I love it. It's probably safer to play Titan of Industry, but I don't want to do that. So you can't make me. Gitrog costs 7 mana. There's not really much haste in black-green, and this isn't going to swing past my 2 creatures. Unless they had double removal and enough mana to crew it. That's not going to happen, so... Maybe with Dark Ritual it would have. I don't think there's any reach. It's just haste from Gitrog monster. I can blow that up with Cityscape Leveler. Okay, what the heck is this? Don't like it. Alright, so they're going to choose the Cityscape Leveler, I'm sure. Choose a target opponent, choose a creature they control. Yeah, that would be kind of nuts. Oh, they didn't! They didn't. Alright, 4D chess. I like it. I can still crew here. But, I mean, at this point I have to play Titan. And probably shield counter? There's no... I mean, I could gain 5 life and shield counter. I was thinking I should target my enchantment creature because it probably wasn't going to become relevant. So it was just probably a safe bet to target it and just keep Cityscape. That's kind of my mindset there. That's just Yargle. Alright, opponent has Yargle in play. And this is power, right? Alright, that is 18 points of power staring at me. Not good. Do I have to kill that immediately? Something's telling me I probably do. I feel like there's just a lot of problems with that. Although, I could just play these things instead. This is also somewhat reasonable to me. It's just a giant wall of nonsense, so yeah, why not? It's not like it has trample. Have I built Aluando? Can't say I have. We can activate Svella. Maybe I want to wait a turn though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Nine, 10. Probably should kill Primeval Titan. This exiles a card. Right? No, this exiles a card. So I should probably use Cityscape before they just send the cottage and kill my Cityscape leveler. Can I play that first? 1, 2, 1, 10, 8, 4, no. Alright, so let's do that. Oh, I forgot about the discount. No, it still would have been 6. It would not have been 8. Yeah, I'm always swinging with Cityscape here. Just feels like the best idea. Tap a land. Sack this. No. Nope. This is it. And it's all I'm swinging with as well. And I am going to kill Primeval Titan. Because they could just sack to swing and find things here that I don't want to see. To be fair, I believe Svella is usable at instant speed, so that's on the table. Yep. Alright, so they did do that. Looks like killing one of their creatures was a good idea. Alright, they're just dead. Or they were done. I don't think they were dead. If they, like, played their commander or staring at us. But we do have Svella to probably start to just create insane value. And this would actually cost 6 next turn because of this. And at that point, I'm pretty sure I have enough to also activate here. This is a nightmare, so yeah, cool. We actually got there. Nice. I'm really liking Fable. Alright, they have the card in their deck that, like, combos and stuff. I'm going to do this instead of my Commander or Fable. Especially with Defense of the Heart. This is one of the better cards in the deck, because it can go, like, crazy stupid with this and, like, make a bunch of 2/2s or whatever. Alright, interesting. If they play another creature, I can get them stuck behind Defense of the Heart until they blow it up. At the very least, it would buy me a turn of them just blowing it up. So I think I will. Because I just can't play a creature. Looks like they're going to play a creature. It's not a Casualties of War, so... I feel like I don't know what Gyard is, and it's bothering me. Is this in Magic Arena? Oh, okay. What's their answer to Defense of the Heart? Looks like there's a 1-minute answer to it? What the heck could that be? Brazen Bower. One, two, three, four, five. Well, I was kind of all in on that, so I guess I just say do it again. It's not like the zombies have haste. Oh, that's not good. Is that good? Wait a minute. They declined so much Surveil. I wonder if Etali can just scam whatever... I'm really curious what that card is on top. Alright, so I don't feel like I have a ton of excellent ideas, but these two are probably the best, in my opinion. Actually, Inferno Titans probably kill that, and that. Alright, so I get to steal whatever that card is on top. I'm super curious what it is. They kept it instead of Surveil spamming. It has to be really, really good. They actually surveilled 2 on top as well. I wonder if they hit it. Could have, like, flipped it so it wasn't the next card. Oh, man. Opponent was in complete agreement with me that whatever that card was, that was apparently not a mill-worthy card, was so good that it denied a ton of potential with this, like Surveil 1, and Surveil 2, and all of it kept that card. So, I don't really know what it could be. It could be Casualties of War. It could be an extra turn. It could be River's Rebuke. It has to be one of the best cards, right? It can't just be a creature, because you just mill it. So it has to be like a profoundly good card here. It could just be a land that they want it for a 6-mana spell. Although, again, I think it was just some kind of really busted thing, but nice. Super curious. I'm leaning towards Casualties of War or River's Rebuke. But extra turn is also kind of reasonable. It doesn't seem like the best in that spot, though. It really doesn't seem like it's doing all that much in that exact situation. Though it does almost present complete and utter lethal on its own, so... Alright, we're gonna get a Menolith eventually, I promise. You know what I should do is never let the queue time go over 30 seconds, so it doesn't pit me against nonsense. Assuming my understanding of it is correct after all this time playing this game, so... They had 6 mana? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yep, they did. Alright, we're not shutting them down with Winter Moon, but the rest of the hand looks like this, so... Mount Doom. Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push. Looks like it's one of them. Dismember, maybe? What the heck is that? Alright, so I played the one that would have died to that every time. Tragic. Tap. I don't know if there's ever a right or wrong thing. No, double green. Double green for this. Makes sense, huh? Oh, so I hit Lightning Bolt as well. Suppose I'm playing Svello, right? No, you just play this. Yeah, that's probably the best thing to do by far, so... Bloop. Vault of the Whispers. Chat, Winter Moon. It's happening. We're gaming. What I probably should do is kill those. Kinda unappealing, but I'm gonna do that. Does this have haste? I should have read this first. Whenever you sack a permanent... Okay, yeah, no, I was always right to kill that for sure. Alright, one more non-basic. Come on, you can do it. Come on. Okay. Alright, now I don't think it matters as much. Alright, they didn't find one tragic, or play one. Oh, well, it looks like maybe they still will. Okay, so we do have a good Winter Moon. It does mean I have to, like, play it. It's definitely the best thing to do in this... Oh, man, no. No thinking about it. We have Stone Rain? What are you doing? Oh. Wait, what? Okay. Interesting. Ah, alright. Slightly less interesting. I understand now. So let's get some a mountain. We can also reflection it. Alright, yep. We gave him the only way to cast ramp spells in that deck. I think I'm dead, actually. I think I'm dead here. I can start making Scute Swarms, which is probably the best thing to do. Yeah, I guess. Oh, I should have stacked this differently. Whoops. If I stacked it differently, I was in a slightly better situation, but I don't think that's gonna matter too much. Although, maybe it does. Maybe it does. Bruh, come on. Come on. Bruh. That's, like, crazy. Actually, I don't know. I'm upset. I'm upset even if it was not the worst thing that could happen. I'm still upset. Actually, you know what? That probably was one of the best draws. Yeah, that probably just was. Because their commander's ability when it dies kills me now, so. I have to swing with Overlord, and I have to kill... What do I kill? If I kill Reflection, I can't get lands. If I kill... Alright, well, I'm gonna swing... If I swing all out, they have to do weird blocks. And I have enough blockers to not die on the crackback. So, doing this, always killing Vine Lasher? If I kill that... Okay. So this leaves me dead to a land off the top. Okay. This leaves me dead to Mount Doom's Ping, right? 1 damage to each opponent. And I take 4 from the commander's ability, which I can't avoid. Alright, so you go. Tragic. Yeah, that fetch land was... I was a turn too slow. It's just a turn too slow. Yeah, the 1-mana removal spell... Yeah, alright. Yeah. If I played the... No, they had Lightning Bolt. Didn't matter. They had Lightning Bolt. Did not matter. Codas is a nightmare, isn't it? Oh no, chat. Oh no, it's a nightmare. No wait, why? I don't know why I got excited. I saw Roxanne, and I was like, yeah. But then I realized it's just Roxanne. We've not drawn Blood Moon yet. You know what? I think blitzing for Blood Moon against Codas would have been a genius idea. Galaxy Brain. But we didn't. I don't need my commander, but it's the only thing to cast, so I guess I'll cast it. They can't have Mana Drain. I probably wouldn't cast it if they had Mana Drain, but they don't, so we're good here. There is some offshoot environment situation where things work. I just don't know what that looks like. I'm gonna get only basics here. No, I could just risk... Yeah, no, there's no real reason. I'm not missing out on anything by doing this. That's fine. Like if they blow it up or something, which looks like they will. Actually, should you? Apparently. Oh, wait, no. I don't want them to have Damnation, so... Dang it, they didn't take it. I did want them to have it. No! Tragic. Maybe they needed the land. Winter Moon, Blood Moon, almost auto wins if I draw them at this point as well. Okay, looks like they did need a land. I don't think we're casting Roxanne. It doesn't, in my opinion, probably matter which one. Okay, they tapped out, so I guess I'll just play Primeval Titan. I say as if I'm reluctant to play Primeval Titan. I guess I'll just play one of the scariest things ever to untap with. This and fetch land. Oh well, I mean, I don't think I need that. I don't think we need that. There's other big scary things. Actually, you know what? Maybe the slime doesn't even belong in here. They're unblockable, and it's not changing. It's not changing anything to me. So they have to play Codas this turn. They just have to. Alright, they do not play Codas because they don't want me to have Primeval Titan, which is completely reasonable. Very reasonable. So this has Ward 1. It does not appear like that matters in any way, shape, or form. Okay, Ulamog is a card. I can actually cast it next turn as well, so they have to be aware of that. I'm gonna play... What am I playing here? Both of these, right? Wow, that was probably one of the best, best 5 I could have seen, honestly. Brilliant. I'm going to keep the treasure tokens around. Oh, Cinderglade, I love you. Even though I don't need you, I just... Every time you're in play, I'm just more happy than I was a second ago. Alright, that was really, really good. And I cannot crew, right? It's 4. Yep. Oh, this Omen Path Journey chat. This is peak. That was a peak. That was a gamer turn. It's definitely a gamer turn. So if they play my Titan as the best thing they can do for the turn, we are not unhappy. This is the... It's kind of crazy that Svella, of all things, is stopping Kotus from entering play. It's really funny to me. Both of these will have Ward 1. It's probably wise to remove both, so they don't flicker this, although that's highly unlikely. But I don't believe going after lands is productive. I could just go after the Innkeeper's Talent, though. They should get basics, but they don't know that. Is that a... That's a Restless Reef. Okay, you got it. That is a Restless Reef. You got it. That was a really good hostage taker as well. So I can get some treasures back and also play a very scary card. But I can also do this, actually. I think I would rather play a very terrifying threat. Alright, nice. I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot I could crew my, my thing, and that would make 13 treasures. So we'd get 16 treasures, and... Oh yeah, that was just nuts. Alright. Alright, we did it. Didn't even need Blood Moon. We are on a roll. We are actually getting there, chat. This commander is doing things. This can sneak it. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. Another matchup where Blood Moon would just be fascinating. Truly fascinating. What? Huh? Oh, okay. I think I'll get a mountain. I can play Sneak Attack next turn. I kinda don't want to. That's pretty cool. Can't say I've seen that one in X amount of time. Alright. So we have it next turn. I can almost just skip Sneak Attack, actually, and just straight up cast it. But leaving it in play is not too fundamentally different. Like as just a 7/7 or whatever, so. Alright, they steal my Provisioner. Makes sense to me. Alright, I didn't draw a land, so obviously gonna blitz this into play. And do stuff. Any good stuff? Well, Pock is good. Maybe not exactly right now, but... There's no way you block. There's no way you block. Yeah, there's no reason. All of that was nice, but I still would have liked to land. How dare I not have even a better turn? How dare I? Alright, there goes sneak attack. What? Why are you not blowing up sneak attack? Oh! What are you doing? Chat, why? Maybe you have to blow up that Pock. I guess, but like, bruh. Bruh. It's almost lethal. I mean, they actually now have to block, and when they lose this, it's very devastating, because they didn't play a land, so... This probably lights out. Yeah, we just play this too, it doesn't matter. I could swing with the Scute Swarm, but that doesn't present lethal, so... Yeah, you have to block now. Alright, well, that just happened. Oh! I forgot Emrakul sacks my board. I forgot it sacks my board. My opponent didn't even wait. I was actually not going to kill them. I lost my board. I forgot. Worth it. We saw nothing. All I saw was the victory screen. That's all I saw. I don't know what you guys saw. It said I win, so I don't... How we got to that point is wholly irrelevant. Narset could get blasted by this, and I'm gonna just do that. If it doesn't work, well, it's not my fault. It's your fault. Could just play it turn 2. I probably should. Yep, I don't care. I'm gonna force out basics. I'm going to present the you must have basics situation as the best it's going to do. And it looks like they had a basic anyway, so... Tragic. Looks like they have Swords of Plowshares or something as well. Surely there's no second basic. Huge. Okay, is it Lightning Bolt, maybe? Wash Away would be fine. I don't expect Wash Away, though. Yep. Just play this. Let's get another mountain? No. Imagine this could crew my spaghetti wagon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Tragic. Also kind of tragic as well. Shoot. Yeah, that was all kind of lame. If I play this and swing with the 8-4, I get a land. Is that better than just casting Cultivate? I think just genuinely casting Cultivate is better than the other options here, so I'm going to do that. But my opponent has access to things, so hopefully we don't get blasted here, but... They did not swing with the Giver of Runes. That is a very good sign. I highly doubt they're going to Pact of Negation next turn. Is there anything I can really do about that, though? I don't think so. Four, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, Pact of Negation is not bad for me, so I guess I'll just try to do this. And crew. Still pretty vulnerable here. There are no... I could play Colossus, but I think this is slightly better. Because it gives me a harder to deal with blocker. And they didn't actually find anything highly problematic off of my, whatever. Escape Wilds. Okay. Wow, Young Pyromancer. I believe there is a Swords of Plowshares since turn 1. Well, they didn't, like, cast and copy a they didn't do it twice or whatever. Still convinced there's a Swords of Plowshares, though. You know what? I'm just gonna block like that. Do I go straight to combat? I think I'm gonna force the issue here. Nice. Alright. I think there was a swords, and if I cast sword, if I went straight to combat, it could surprise me, but I don't think it really matters. If they did sword here, they don't die. But yeah, Wintermoon did shut down some mana. Not a ton of it, but it did shut down some of it. And that is pretty notable, I would say. I don't know how impactful that was, but it definitely felt like it did hinder what my opponent had access to. And they tried to go a slower game plan. And if we're playing a giant scary threat every single turn and you're not ahead, it's hard to equalize while also we're just continuously doing stuff like this. But we have beaten an extremely wide range of strategies, and we've only lost once. So, all right, something's happening. We're brewing. Also, another game where Blood Moon would have won immediately. Something to be noted. Man, could you imagine you could put Blood Moon in the command zone? Could you imagine? This is a bit interesting. Olivia. Alright. I don't know what Sisters of the Undead is. Yeah, I don't know what, like, the guest thing is. Alright, I'll probably lose the Lotus Cobra. Actually, I mean, I absolutely lose the Lotus Cobra. Alright, sneak attack is very good here. Opponent has the best card in the game. Alright. Cool. That was fun. We finally got trampled. You know what? It wasn't Llanowar Elves, so I guess I'll give it to him. I mean, yeah, well, actually, it was Llanowar Elves. It was just Dark Ritual. So I had to say nothing in that game mattered except fast mana. Don't know if I could have won if they did that on turn 5. So maybe fast mana didn't matter. This is do nothing till cultivate, but I'm up against Iru, so maybe I can. Kinda sketchy. Oh, it's a black-green deck, and this is not a great draw. But you know what? It's better than an average draw, so I'm gonna try it. There's a chance I do something bad. Oh, no, of course not. Look at that. We are definitely too slow. Definitely feeling too slow right now. I shut down one land here. I'm gonna really need to draw a land. I guess it's not the most important thing, but it's really good to draw land, and I did. I can't level that up. That's a trail of crumbs. Okay. Yeah, we could play this, and then my land is untapped. I feel like that is wrong and for a myriad of different reasons. I'll just play this. Alright. Old Gnawbone really just makes people concede very quickly. I mean, I did not feel like I was winning there for a while, but yeah, I think the Blood Moon ended up being wrong. It felt like it was worth the risk, though. I guess in hindsight it wasn't, but I'd be hard-pressed to be convinced I would not keep that there. And is Gnawbone win here? Let's actually think about it. 5, 6, 7. Technically, it's only 3 treasure tokens, and they only lose these creatures. So it doesn't actually feel like that devastating, but that does mean Vaultborn Tyrant is not going to die. 3 treasures. I could play this post-combat. I could also just play Blood Moon at this point still. Hold on, is Blood Moon still good? They do have a swamp and a forest. It's not great. Alright, interesting. Has there been any card that has not felt right? So far, not really. Maybe Klothys has not felt right, one would argue. Minsc and Boo. Don't nobody say Svella, because I'll ban you. Xenagos has not felt necessary. Rhythm of the Wild has not felt necessary. I would say Worldspine Worm is almost completely uncastable. But it's funny to take it off of Svella. I love Worldspine Worm. The thickest of boys. Yeah, I think I can do better than that. And I think I can do better than Xenagos as well. Early burn spells haven't felt necessary, which is a huge boon. Allosaurus Shepherd is what I was thinking about earlier. Abundant Harvest is fine. Grazer and Kami if I added 2 lands. Could add a land, take out Xenagos and a land. Could add another land by taking out... probably Klothys, but good luck convincing me to do that. Alright, that's fine. Maybe just 1 extra land is okay. I don't know about Ragavan. I don't really have a lot of ways to guarantee it hits my opponent, and it's not really good on the draw. So it's like only on the play, only in your like starting hand, turn 1. Other than, you know, specifically Lightning Bolt for it. Alright, we're gonna need a land. I will lead with Lightning Bolt. I think that's a good idea. Do I cast Winter Moon this turn? I don't think so. Well, that's not good. Also not good. Slightly less bad. Reprieve, yep. Alright, we haven't made many impactful decisions yet. Might be too late. Wait. Why can't I sack this? Chat. Oh, right, I can't sack permanents for costs. Okay. I highly doubt Lightning Bolt's gonna do anything with cast Winter Moon. I think we're just dead then. Yeah. Stuck on 2 lands way too long. Which sucks, because I just added lands. Overlords? We have the red one. I don't have the green one. Wait, do I have the green one? I probably should have the green one. I don't think I do. Whoops. Alright, well, I wouldn't say whoops, but probably a good idea. I'm gonna take out Minsc and Boo, unless I find something up here. Actually, I'm gonna take out the slime. I know it's sad, but it's not, like, highly impactful when it hits the board, so... fine. Oh, don't you do it. Come on. Ugh. Let's get a mountain. Wait, can I get this? Nope. Alright. Svella has not been activated yet. Looks like I might actually get to activate it here. Although, I mean, Escape the Wilds is probably better. Although this is also fine. Other creatures are food. Not that great. Okay, I'm gonna play this. We're gonna play this. I could double block. I probably would if there was no removal spell. Alright, so now that doesn't work. It's not an artifact. It's not a food. I can't kill it with Nissa. There is not a lot of merit in keeping Nissa around just for this to get larger. I'm not convinced blocking is productive. I'm not convinced of that. Alright, not great. Not great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a 50-50 chance of casting Emrakul next turn, which I would argue is quite significant. Big and true. So what does Ygra do when I do this? They can't actually kill Ygra without another creature. They still control their Shadow Spear. Suppose swinging is productive, so I don't... What did I lose? Oh, awesome. 19, 23. This is lethal, I think. Actually, it's not lethal. I have to tap the Minidork. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yep. Nice. Wow. Look at that. Discounting the Eldrazi out of hand. That is the most significant this card has ever been for me. That was really huge. But if it missed, I don't think I'm doomed. I did draw something pretty decent instead of, like, having this, but I had it, so nice. Oh, excuse me. And it also looks like blocking with blocking for Nissa would have been bad. Really nice. Wow. Look at that. Look at us go. I could have killed it on my turn? How? It was a... I'm not understanding. Oh, because it was a... Yep. Oh yeah, you're right. Shoot. Bit of a misplay. Bit of a misplay. This is a 4-2, right? Yeah. Alright, so Wintermoon is a bit devastating for this deck. I think I will cast Cultivate Wintermoon. That is funny. Yeah, my opponent just I mean, to be fair, I didn't see it either. I wouldn't have seen that. I would not have seen that. Oh yeah, it's got menace, that's right. Okay, well having no lands is not a good sign there. Looks like Wintermoon's going to be putting in the extra hours. One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9? 6, 7, 8, 9. We have a discount of 2. Currently. They're not dead if they pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. They are not dead if they pass the turn. Can they win with a discount of 2? I don't think that's possible. This also doesn't generate mana, so they can't cast anything. Well, they can cast treasure cards. Okay, this leads them to the exact situation they were in before they did that. Again, it's still not lethal, even if they pass the turn. Okay, we have 6 life to play with. Alright, now we have a bunch of life. Well, that's not totally true. Okay, so we can now tooth and nail without giving them 3 life pre-combat, and I think that kills them, so get meet it. Alright, cool. Interesting how little time they needed to get at this point, but still just wasn't enough. It would be very impressive if they won here. It would just be really hard. But next turn, though, still, even next turn it could be somewhat difficult, but I'm sure there's a line here that lets them win. Like, you'd need card draw and I don't know, they need a bunch of stuff. Cool. Yeah, we have 7 damage minimum. It's with Tooth and Nail. Okay, well, we've seen this kind of hand before. Ulalek can be all sorts of things. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Alright, good. I guess it could be witness protection still. Yeah, I didn't think so, no. It's always going to be the best thing to do. Eldrazi? What is this? It does name Eldrazi. Unbelievable. Wow. That is actually kind of crazy. Cavern, command tower, scry stuff, and fetch lands. I don't really see a reason to play this land out of my hand, so I won't. With the Kami. I just go down a treasure to do it. Just doesn't seem like it makes sense. There's even a chance it turns into lands I need to play later. Sure. Alright, so it's like green ramp with Eldrazi stuff to like make all of it worthwhile. Do I just... Wow, I just already have Ulamog. That's completely disgusting. Yeah, that's absolutely disgusting. Alright. Was that turn 5? Was that turn 5? Turn 1. Turn 2. Turn 3. Turn 4. Wow. That was a turn 4 Ulamog. Alright. Gross. Svella has not done much over the course of these games. Oh, it's funny. We just, like, could you imagine my deck actually having a commander that was doing things the whole time on top of what we've been doing? Too, it's kind of funny how that would be quite intimidating. I don't know what it could be, though, that would allow us to play against, like, not busted things. Like, if we put Rock's Hand here, I don't think that's doing us any favors. Klothys, maybe? Maybe Klothys would be more useful than Svella. So they probably take a Tali. Wow, never mind. Chat, I lied. Cinderglade being the best it's ever been. Alright, what does this do? Probably more reliable than Svella. We don't... Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay. I didn't name Dinosaur. Did not name Dinosaur. They know this is a land if they're paying attention, but I'm still gonna crack or play the fetch land instead. Do we expect them to discard a bajillion cards? If they do, are we screwed? No, not really. So by all means, discard. I feel like that quite heavily favors me. I don't think I would ever commit this much to it. Okay. So all that just to kill Svello seems odd. I would probably would have liked to push through the through the other blocker. Because it doesn't have trample. Although it can fly. It can fly. Man, this card is, like, really dumb. This card is really stupid. Not better than Llanowar Elves, but still. Wanted to get rid of their entire universe to do that. I just struggle to see it killing Svello was worth it. I feel like that was the most Svello's ever going to do. It just dealt with 3 cards out of my opponent's hand for literally free, so... They can now cast Uro. So it's not like all of that was totally pointless or anything. No way I'm playing around Spell Pierce, that would be kind of weird. Not a fan of my situation that much, but I also don't hate my situation, so... They didn't crack on their end step, I don't know why. Strange. Denying their ability to cast Uro just to hit me with Psychic Frog feels like a win. I don't think I would ever do that. Okay, they didn't do it. Wise beyond their years. Also, there is now fireworks outside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Probably just Vaultborn Tyrant. I don't know if I ever expect Defense of the Heart to work. I don't know if I ever need Defense of the Heart to work. Though maybe these two is just slightly better? I don't know if I agree with that. I'm losing to these, so... I don't think I agree with that. Yeah, I'm just playing the Tyrant. Could play a Tali, but I can just wait. It's not like this is a bad thing sitting in play. So. Sneak attack is not instantly lethal unless they swing all out. Okay, now it's just not lethal. Not enough cards to give Psychic Frog flying. Trade with Uro is perfect. They found another land. Oh, maybe not. Oh, okay, they just found the best answer off the top of their deck immediately. Of course I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One off. Should play this before I play my land. Okay, well, I hit a landfall thing, but it didn't matter. They had Mana Drain, wow. Opponent had Mana Drain. So it's like it was a very useful duress. Alright, so they know of Ulamog next turn. They know of Ulamog. They can give Psychic Frog flying. Doesn't kill me. Mill 3, return a card, land, yep. They can make a zombie token, which I don't really care about. Probably have to hit have to Ulamog the frog, I think. And probably their commander as well. Although Uro is an issue. No, I'd probably just hit their commander. They can recast it, though. Flipping this doesn't kill my opponent. I'm not gonna do that. Also, they could kill it in response, and I'd feel really stupid, so... let's just do... that and that. So this mill's 4. Imagine they milled themselves, yep. They shocked themselves, so no Toxic Deluge. I'm at 6. Uro doesn't kill me. I don't think I've ever seen that flip in Historic Brawl. I don't think it can right now. It needs that land. They found another land. Okay. Okay, not a great thing. Atali is not lethal, but they have to block it. So I will do the thing. Actually, let me do it like this. They have to block it, so. Oh, come on. There's no way you have something. Come on, bro. No. No. Maybe they're just trying to get a land so they don't lose it to Ulamog. Okay, reasonable. Reasonable. This is lethal next turn. And I'm not dead on board. Unless they have a haste threat. Or extra turn or something. What did I exile? I'm gonna do this because that doesn't matter. Wash away does not matter. This does not kill me, but it puts me to 1. But I think they just have to cast it if they aim to... see more turns. Doesn't mean I get another Atali trigger. Potentially. Looks like we're not casting Cyclonic Rift in their own turn. Do I block this? There's going to... Threshold, 1, 2, 3, 5, threshold, threshold, threshold. I feel like Nissa has done all it's gonna do. I'm gonna block this. I want to stay above 5 for what's currently in play, but they cannot cast Uro. Unless they want to risk drawing something more relevant, which I suppose is actually possible. Oh, they are casting Uro, okay. So there's a chance they draw something else. Cyclonic Rift bouncing. It's Holly? Looks like the situation. I just go straight to combat. Oh, I could play that pre-combat. I could play that pre-combat. Why would I do that, though? No, I can't. I can't do that. Okay. Combat. Ulamog is not lethal. It's actually 2 attacks off. I think I still swing with it, though. It pushed my opponent to 1 final turn. And I don't think not swinging gets me out of this, so yeah, I'm going to swing. Now all I have to do is keep Ulamog around or some such. I could play Sneak Attack, and I think I will, but we're going to lead with this first, see what happens. Alright, Palantir's not really that exciting. Yep, Sneak Attack, and now I have Gnawbone as an out-of-nowhere blocker. I don't believe this even matters, so I'll just bin that. They could take the damage from it, it doesn't matter. Like if they took 9 or something, it just wouldn't matter. They would, I should be actually, never mind. I'm always milling. There's no one-shot there. Unless I'm playing like, I don't know. I'm not going to give up my opportunity to combat Gnawbone. Okay, now I... Wait, that doesn't work. That does not... that doesn't work on its own. Alright, looking for Tail's End here. We got 2 blockers. I played them in the wrong order. Oh, no, I didn't. No, I didn't. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I played them in the wrong order. No food token for us. Why can't I block this? Greater power? Oh, okay. I feel like it's unnecessary to take 3, so I won't. This will be Dedge, but it doesn't matter. We just have to swing with our Eldrazi. They're recasting Uro, which doesn't save them. Well, that was an insane game. I mean, they could find Witness Protection. Alright, we still have it. Could still have it. Oh, they don't have it? Tragic. They kinda crazy. Unsummon? I'm not sure what gets them out of this. Okay, they have something. What is it? They had a land. Oh, no, rip. Alright. Wow. Crazy, crazy game. What a game. Wow. We milled them out and we dealt like lethal damage too. Crazy game. That was nice. Very back and forth. Yeah, that Psychic Frog was really something else there for sure. Well, alright, what did we exile? Let's see here. That would have been scary. Maybe not Overlord. Man, that art is nuts. Wait, this doesn't go into play, does it? Enters or whenever land leaves your graveyard. That's very specific, but okay. Seek a land, which doesn't go into play, just goes to your hand. Enters, and whenever a non-land... Okay, I've read this before, and I thought it was goofy, and I still do. Oh, they had Nashi. They did have Toxic Deluge, and we stole a Duress for Mana Drain. Not sure if that would have done all that much for my opponent. They top decked the Baleful Mastery, which I thought was lights out for us. Oh, they did have Crater Hoof. Not a lot of creatures in here, though. Like, at all. Interesting. Although you do make zombies, I guess, to be fair. They never actually cast their commander again, so it was a very good idea to get rid of it. And I think the block staying at 6 was a good idea both times. Cool. The old red-green mill strategy. Always unexpected. Colossus would have been good in that game. Could have 8 Uro. Wait, what was this? Cast 250 elves or hydras. Well, I can tell you how many elves counted towards this. Probably 250. That is a random 2 creatures to put together. Very random. Wait, this is a Bloomburrow pack. What? That's random. Oh! No way. Diamond in the rough. Wait. How many... 9 more packs for a mythic. I can get 22 packs. I'm pretty stockpiled for the Final Fantasy set, I'll say. Pretty stockpiled. Pretty stockpiled. So, Minsc and Boo, I think, could be a ramp spell. I don't like where it's positioned. There's a lot of scenarios where... well, that's not totally true. 5 mana... It's the best fling in the game. It's a really good minus. Actually, you know what? It's not that good. It's not that good. I took out Xenagos for a reason. I don't know. I don't like Minsc and Boo. I'm sorry. I don't like it. I honestly don't even like it at 4 mana, but apparently that's a war crime. That's a war crime to say. A Braid would be nice. Haven't really needed it. Just straight up haven't needed it. Arcane Signet would be fine. Although at that point I'd probably run another land instead. I'm gonna still not play Ragavan. I do like Chandra, but I'd rather maybe not play Chandra. I've never had empty hand scenarios where, like, Ox would work. Ronus is pretty easy to activate, but I don't really care about Ronus. Gargaroth, my pride and true love. No, I don't think that's right. Ooh, what about this? I don't like Verdant because I already have to have a board presence for it to be good, and at that point my opponent's already losing. So it's just like this win more nonsense I don't like. Well, what about you? Okay, what about Forage? We could play Mox Amber, but you see how many times my commander dies immediately. So that's not great. Traverse Valley. What about this? No. Settle the Wilds is another good one. Probably better than Sire of Seven Deaths, maybe? Feels like maybe the lowest power big thing in here. Sire of Seven Deaths. Like, if it's between that and another card in my hand to cast, it's probably just never Sire. Okay, what would Sire actually do? Ward pay 7 life is not... I don't really value that, ever. It'd be funny playing against Rowan, and they target it to pay 7 life on purpose. And then just win. First Strike, Vigilance, Menace. Ugh. It's a Stonewall for, like, raw, unadulterated combat. But how often is that happening? It happened a lot in the last game we just played, where my opponent was swinging into my board and there was actual combat back and forth, but that doesn't happen too often. Maybe... I know, that's kind of sad, actually. Combat in Magic is like... It's not just, oh, I block with 2 creatures and I get a favorable trade. Like, that just doesn't happen anymore. But to be fair, it's been like that for like 10 years. Sire of Seven Deaths. I feel like I don't want this. Maybe Disciple of Freyalise is slightly worse than Sire. But it's also a land, so that's not true. Ancient Copper Dragon. I've never hit anyone with this. I don't... No, we did, right? We hit someone with it and we rolled 3. And then lost because we rolled 3. I think that's what happened. And then when we got hit with it... That was right. And then like 2 games later, we got hit. And it was 3 from max. And we rolled 3 from minimum. My opponent got 17 and won. Maybe to save myself the rage, I should just take it out now. Fnatic doesn't ever tap for a bunch of mana. I forgot Colossus was still in here. I kind of forgot. I like Aether Spark, actually, so... I definitely want Set of the Wilds. I think it's Sire 7 Deaths. Yeah, alright. I'm not like pressuring life totals incrementally, it's kind of just all big chunks. So it's pretty easy to just Doomblade Sire 7 Deaths. Essentially. Even on turn like 10 or whatever. This is a little loose, but we'll see what happens. It's very loose if they have ramp on turn... Actually, no, it's not. It's not. They almost always have ramp on 1 or 2, so... The last one, I believe, actually did, right? No, did it? I can't remember. I think Coda almost always needs it, though. But I have seen a lot of players not have it. And this is one of them, so... 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, this situation's a bit sketchy. Should I have played this? Maybe I should have played my commander last turn, actually. I'm so incredibly used to it doing stone cold nothing, but I think that was the turn I should have played it. I think that was a genuine mistake. That was a huge draw. Green, green. Try not to jack this up. I wonder if we do want... We could absolutely run Stone Rain, but it's only good like Ragavan if I have another card to go with it, just to be like super early. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chat, we're doing it. We made one. Look at it. Look at it. You stare at that thing. Look at it. Beautiful. I own this on foil. I got the Manolith and Svella on foil for Pauper. Alright, so we take 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can activate my commander, but I think casting Voltborn is just better. I feel like that's like categorically better. We're shutting down 2 lands now. Kotus can be very evasive, though. And I don't know if I'm winning a race against it. It feels like I'm kind of not doing that. Or, I mean, well, it can be just super scary. That's my point. It's not clear that I'm winning some kind of race. Alright, so now they're hitting us for 3, right? Yeah. Could have been way worse. That's a good sign. I will make this. I will block. You don't usually get to block Kotus, so I'll take the opportunity. Alright, so I kind of have the whole world to myself here. We haven't cast this one yet, so I guess I will. It can't get a ton of... Oh, wow, it did. Okay. Didn't expect that. It's kind of the same as making a Manolith, so... What did I exile? Okay. Sure. Okay. There's not a ton of 6s that save... Actually, there's no 6 in my deck that saves them. Oh, Aether Spark is a funny one to hit. I mean, you'd want it pre-combat, but... Okay. Yeah, Annihilator... What is that? Annihilator 9? There's no... Nothing you can do? Opponent's willing to play it out, though. I can respect that. I don't believe you can survive this, though. I guess it's Annihilator 10, because they need the 1/3 to actually block. Not sure what they're thinking about. I don't think there's any conceivable way you survive this. Can you survive this? Opponent's really giving it a shot. That's very interesting. It kind of makes me scared. So I'm gonna just really close the door on you then. Okay, yeah. I have absolutely no idea what my opponent could have possibly had, but they did respect Wintermoon. It wasn't random. Swiftfoot Boots... I don't know if that's even necessary. I think it was fine to sacrifice this and keep a land, honestly. Maybe they didn't need it, but still. I don't believe there's any way to survive another attack. They would have to hit, like, a ton of things, but it's totally possible. It is actually possible. Also, to be completely honest with you, casting Emrakul here doesn't let me kill Kodos. Now, I don't know what their hand is. It was probably some kind of aura nonsense, so it's not like I could really mess the hand up. I could put the auras on my creatures so they can't get access to them, but I can't actually stop Kodos. So, if anything, this might actually sort of equal out because they get to draw an extra card on their turn, but yeah, it's still just extremely difficult to get through this, so cool. Alright, we've effectively just completely crushed the Kodos players. I did not expect that. I know we're like a fast mana deck, but like still. And we made Manoliths. It only took that much time. It only took a amount of time I don't want to say all out, but we actually did it. We have not used the 8 ability yet, but our hand has been solid every game, so we haven't really needed to. We've always had something to do out of hand, I should say. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Okay. Ooh, alright. Naaman's Fella, I love it. Look at it. Look at it do stuff. Look at it do stuff. That's the first time my opponent's ever named that card, I can guarantee it. Could have maybe got a forest so I could cast Archdruid's Charm, maybe? Looks like it didn't matter. I will get a forest and I will just pass. I'm not going to cast my commander. I don't expect it to work. I'd rather get a land. I have these. I don't want him to draw a card. It's just not worth it. Who knows? Maybe I end up exiling something very crucial. Alright, there's no reanimate in red-white, but they did discard Sun Titan. Kind of surprised. I will not deal with Arcane Signet. Alright, let's get, that. I don't think I need Cavern. Aether Spark is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. I love Cinerglade so much. I'm gonna play Tali. I don't know how I wouldn't do that, so. Alright, mana. Nothing exciting. Tragic. Castle Garenbrig? Yeah, I could put that in here. I mean, I do have Winter Moon, so I've been kind of reluctant with the fancy lands, but I suppose it's probably just safe. Probably safe. Okay, so we just run this out, right? Yep. Oh, yeah, wait. Alright. Come on. We can do it. We can actually hit somebody and get treasure tokens. No one's actually let me do this before. I mean, for a pretty valid reason, but I'm gonna not cast my commander because I don't want them to... Actually, you know what? I'm gonna cast my commander. Let's not be weird. Actually, can I? Hold on. It's exactly... I almost expect another board wipe. Let's just not cast it. Let's just not cast it. Oh man, I am so smart. I am so smart. Alright, I drew poop. Do I draw off of the Aether Spark? Do I just cash it in? It is most likely the best it's ever going to be, and it's a ways away from doing anything further. Let's just draw 2. Okay, well... Yeah, sure, actually. They can trade with my... They can now trade. I think I'm perfectly fine with that. They're going to need another sweeper. I will not respect the next one. But yeah, they get to trade with their token. They shouldn't have done it now. They should have waited to surprise me, but... Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They have to block. It's lethal. So I lost my out of, like, play lethal swinger. But we'd be dodging the third sweeper here, and that's really all there is to it. Okay, they don't have it. Can they find safety? 1, 2, 3, 4. They can. Lightning Helix would be perfectly rational. Probably kill Lotus Cobra. Oh, they like to blow themselves up. Oh, I could have Nissed! Chat, I could have Nissed ultimate at pre-combat. I just wanted to activate it before I, like... My opponent let me activate it. I activated it. We could have Nissed ultimate it. That's funny. But, no, I mean, I'm probably just going to blow this up. Unless it was very obviously lethal, which... if my opponent was at full life, it would have been plus 6 plus 6. Oh, yeah, alright. Yeah, okay. Of all the commanders to get 15 wins really quickly, I did not expect this one to get there that fast. So, yeah, we can reevaluate the lands, I guess. We don't have Boseiju in here. I just don't think I'm an Oath of like Blood Moon, and there's never really been a scenario where Boseiju was saving us, but maybe that's just worth sliding in anyways. I feel like these are okay. I'm not really like excited about them. Alright. Well, what was the last commander we played that almost got there? We got stuck at 14 wins. It was Chromium. Chromium got to 14 wins faster than we just did here. They got there very, very quickly, which surprised me quite a bit, and that was not green. They got there in like an hour and 50 minutes or something. The power of the, like, consistency is just nuts too, right? It's not like Llanowar on its own is good, but the fact that you have like 10 of them is like the consistency on top of being the best thing is definitely very egregious. This format feels like it's in maintenance mode, honestly. I think it could do for a little polish. Okay, this is borderline ugly, but you know what? That's fine. Do I play one of these turn 1? No, I don't think I do. No, I don't. Because I could crack this turn 2. Yeah, alright. This is the Stoneforge Mystic, right? I should show my friend this card. I wonder what he'd think about it. He loves Stoneforge Mystic decks. This is the kind of commander who would probably get him into playing Commander again. Because he stopped. That is definitely worth playing Kami turn 2. I mean, Grazer. Well, that was phenomenal. That must be nice. Let's do this, play this, and then not sure. This is Singleton 100, so that's kind of nuts. At least it doesn't have trample. There is absolutely no way I am respecting another one of those effects, so go for it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Putting Emrakul in play doesn't seem productive. Like with Tooth and Nail, I mean. Okay, well, next turn they just have double striking lethal, but they already have 2 lethal threats anyway, so it doesn't really change much. I have to somehow survive another turn. And I'm not even sure if that gets me out of this long term. I mean, yeah, that was just absolutely disgusting. This is like... what is this, a 1 in 1,000? No, it's less than that, but still, it's just gross to have in the opener. Your single hammer and then like a way to move it. It could have been even more insane if they had a scarier creature to put it on. Could have been crazier. Okay, so does that cause lethal? It actually does not cause lethal. I can do this. Okay. I think my opponent thinks it's lethal, that's why they did it, but it's not actually lethal. It's super close, but it's not lethal. Because we have a food token. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So now we have it, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do with it. Emrakul does not save me if I play it, right? Like I blocked it. Yeah, no, it fundamentally does not save me, so. Alright. This is indestructible. And Titan can blow up in equipment and also give me life. So I'll go with that. Destroy, 5 life. I think that's my best chance at survival. Now we have a good Emrakul. Okay, a bit unbelievable I've got to this point. That's kind of nuts. I don't think my opponent could have had a better thing to do. Wow. That's completely nuts. I'm sitting here, like, upset that this happened, and I just rather decisively beat it. That is really crazy. Like, look at this. Blocker is turned into lands. We took a bunch that turn. We gained required life off of a food. We had another blocker. We made relevant mana rocks as well. So, yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, Titan of Ministry, very versatile for sure. I think gaining 5 is better than a creature token, because they have like protection swords, and I'd rather just dodge lightning bolt effects. Not die to those. Oh, it's Eshki, so I ignore Eshki pretty heavily, which is highly problematic. Ignoring Eshki, but Defense of the Heart can sort of offset that. Eshki almost always needs a 1-drop. Probably just always needs a 1-drop. It's probably not even an almost idea. It's just like every time. At least given when I played it, so. Let's play this. Let's get you. A little late for that one. Let's send a message. So I can deny their ability to play a creature next turn, which is the primary goal of everything they're doing. So I will do that. This could potentially be one of the worst cards to see in this spot for the opponent. Alright, we're just all in past Defense of the Heart. I can respect it, because it's probably not getting any better for you. I should block this, because I don't think Grazer matters, and I'd rather not die to infinite Eshki triggers that I don't have an answer to later. But the thing is, I mean, I'm killing Eshki, so it probably doesn't even matter. Oh, wait. I should get Primeval Titan. Let's get the 2 Titans. That actually just feels pretty cool. Alright, yeah. That's actually really cool. Just put both Titans in play. I've never done that before. That's pretty neat. But yeah, you can just see here, like, you have to play this turn 2. And you probably can't, unless they had a counterspell, which it was too late at that point, probably can't do a draw-go thing with just these 2 creatures in play. So, it's a bit of a nightmare. And their best bet was to just keep creating threats, and then Eshki would eventually kill us if we didn't actually present a scary 2 creatures, but we did, so. Very nice. We did it. We did it. Wow. That was a... I mean, this is one of the more successful strategies I've played in a while. It only lost... Did we lose 2 or did we lose 3? I'll say 3 because I can only remember 2 games. So let's just say I went 15-3. One of the more successful strategies I've played in a while. Very, very... good. I mean, presenting a very scary threat every turn is an issue for a lot of decks, unless they're faster than you, or have the answer while continuing to like do things they want to do. So if like you play a 6 drop and then a 7 drop and then a 7 drop and then an 8 drop and then a 7 drop, like you just keep casting them, eventually they're going to run out of answers, or they need to get to a point where those cards don't matter, right? We never saw anything like Overwhelming Splendor. Svella did make Manoliths a couple times, and Svella died a pretty large amount of the time. I did not need Svella. Even on turn 3, I didn't actually need to cast it. Or I should say when I have 3 mana, even on turn 2, which a lot of the games, it would have been turn 2. Just casting ramp spells past Svella, even though it is a ramp spell, it's a very slow one. It was just fine, and I could just cast these out of hand. With this many in my deck, I was pretty likely to have some of them every single game. Like, Defense of the Heart would also count as some of them, and Sneak Attack was good. I got quite a few Wintermoon scams, actually. Quite a few of them. I was a big fan of this. Blood Moon would have been in play, I think, a single game, but by the time it would have, the game was already done. But if I did resolve it that game, it would have been game-ending. Because they had, like, 2 plains and a bunch of other lands that would be mountains in a non-red deck, so that would have been lights out, basically. All the Eldrazi felt good, all the big stuff, just generic big stuff. If ever Inferno Titan was worth it, I think this is a scenario where it is. Because usually this and the Overlord are, like, kind of low power, right? It is unfortunate, but the green and colorless giant threats are a little bit scarier than the red ones. But felt like I could get away with some, fun, big damage-dealing nonsense. Well, outside of Atali being red, like, these 3 are pretty fun. Yeah, it's definitely worse than Roxanne. I only activated the bottom part a single time, and I only did it once I already had lethal, so I just did it for the sake of doing it. It was completely irrelevant to do it. If anything, I could have maybe randomly... No, there's no scenario where I accidentally lose because I did it, but... Yeah, so that never came up. But the option was always there, and it's a good sign that this deck didn't need to do it, because if it did, we'd be completely screwed. Svella, I think, is a lot stronger than it was last time I played it. And a huge boon to playing it is your opponent's, like, the matchup isn't going to be the best decks ever. It seemed like I did see some sort of middle-of-the-ground things, though. Honestly, I saw a few commanders that I would expect to see if I was playing Roxanne. So this would be somebody's, like, just have to trial and error it. But I'm confident that Roxanne would be pitted against higher power opponents. But we did see a fair amount of things you would normally see anyways. However, we also saw a ton of things you don't normally see, right? And this just complements your deck very well. It really does. If I were to look at the rest of them, like, of all the other sort of not top tier, sort of lower 25th percentile, let's say, bottom 4th level of power, it is probably the best of the bottom, I would say. Probably the best of the bottom. You could maybe play... What's the discounting one? I think there's a discounting one. I've seen Ruby a few times. Ruby is pretty good, though. It sort of skips the requirement to make a Manolith. It just is a Manolith. Maybe a different enough to not really have a direct comparison, though. Rada's a bit slow. Let's put that back in. Halana was really rough. I don't think Minsk and Boo is really that great. Some people say it was busted at 4. I almost don't think it would be in Historic Brawl at 4 mana, but I guess we'll never know. Yeah, okay, it doesn't actually have a lot of competition in terms of the quote-unquote bottom of the barrel, but huge fan of this. It was extremely successful. The ramp spells, you just have one every game, right? You really do. I actually don't think I ever cast Faithless Looting. I don't believe I ever cast this. The 2 times I had it, or maybe it was only 1 time, I actually just discarded it to Fable, which is essentially, doing the same thing it wants to do anyways. So, I I still like this effect a lot. If your hand has a bunch of big stuff you cannot cast, it's pretty reasonable to me to just get rid of them and find things that are actually castable. I thought that Escape the Wilds was going to be bad because it was going to hit a bunch of expensive stuff and it was just going to be miserable, but nope. Every time I cast this, I was totally satisfied with it. You do have to have 5 mana by the time you cast it, and it's very likely to hit at least one land. So let's say you just go up to 6. Every time I think it was more than 1, but let's say it's only 1. You'd go up to 6, and then you can cast basically the whole deck at that point, so it just feels bad to hit an Eldrazi on turn 4 or whatever and lose it, but I mean, that's no big deal. It is card advantage and whatnot. Yeah, it's debatable if Svella is ever the right play. I think there was 1 or 2 games it was truly the right thing to do, and I went for a ramp spell instead because I was so used to it dying every time I played it, or just never getting to activate it when I untap with it the first turn. So it's like, oh, I'd just rather cast a ramp spell. But I believe there were 1 or 2 games where it was correct to play this instead of Cultivate on turn 2 or turn 3, whatever turn it was. But no, I'm saying that, but I don't know what my opponent's hand was. They could have still killed this, and then I would have wished I cast a ramp spell, but just given what I knew, it would have been right. But huge fan of this. Loved it. Can recommend. Probably a 9 out of 10, if not a 10 out of 10. It's hard to say that there's a strategy that's better than this in the bracket it's in, right? It's not like Keenan, but it doesn't have to be. It's up against lower power things, and it's extremely good at dealing with a lot of different things. I could skip over the requirement of serious interaction where I don't need Lightning Bolt every game to stop my opponent's ramp dork. I don't need Naturalize to blow up Arcane Signet or whatever enchantment or artifact they might have. I didn't need a Braid. You could absolutely put a Braid in here, but I Winter Moon and Blood Moon sporadically buying me time sometimes was good, but racing past my opponent's early game into just windmill slamming a threat every turn just made it so I didn't have to worry about playing a slightly slower game with more interaction so I could confidently get to any of this, and that is very significant. It's incredibly significant. So let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.